change will not come if we wait for some other person, or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. The best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope. You will fill yourself with hope. A change is brought about because ordinary people do extraordinary things. Yes, we can. We are the change we have been waiting for. In the unlikely story that is America, there has never been anything false about hope. In the face of impossible odds, people who love this country can change it. If you're walking down the right path and you're willing to keep walking, eventually you'll make progress. There's not a liberal America and a conservative America. There's the United States of America. We don't ask you to believe in our ability to bring change. Rather, we ask you to believe in yours. I believe in evolution, scientific inquiry, and global warming. I believe in free speech, whether politically correct or politically incorrect. And I am suspicious of using government to impose anybody's religious beliefs, including my own, on non-believers. What I've realized is that life doesn't count for much unless you're willing to do your small part to leave our children, all of our children, a better world. Any fool can have a child. That doesn't make you a father. It's the courage to raise a child that makes you a father. It's important to make sure that we're talking with each other in a way that heals, not in a way that wounds. Focusing your life solely on making a buck shows a poverty of ambition. It asks too little of yourself, and it will leave you unfulfilled. No, you can't deny women their basic rights and pretend it's about your religious freedom. If you don't like birth control, don't use it. Religious freedom doesn't mean you can force others to live by your own beliefs. Nothing can stand in the way of the power of millions of voices calling for change. The worst thing that colonialism did was to cloud our view of our past. Why can't I just eat my waffle? I have always believed that hope is that stubborn thing inside us that insists, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us so long as we have the courage to keep reaching, to keep working, to keep fighting. Our stories may be singular, but our destination is shared. Enthusiasm makes up for a host of deficiencies. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. While we breathe, we will hope. No one is pro-abortion. You can put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig. If there is anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dream of our founders is alive in our time, who still questions the power of our democracy, tonight is your answer. My identity might begin with the fact of my race, but it couldn't end there. At least that's what I would choose to believe. Someone once said that every man is trying to live up to his father's expectations or make up for their father's mistakes. Change we need. A lot of sheltered dogs are much like me. Where you are right now doesn't have to determine where you'll end up. A nation that can't control its energy sources can't control its future. Focusing your life solely on making a buck shows a certain poverty of ambition. It asks too little of yourself, because it's only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential. You might be locked in a world not of your own making, her eyes said, but you still have a claim on how it is shaped. You still have responsibilities. All too rarely do I hear people asking just what it is that we've done to make so many children's hearts so hard, or what collectively we might do to right their moral compass, what values we must live by. We may not be able to stop evil in the world, but how we treat one another is entirely up to us. I think perhaps education doesn't do us much good unless it is mixed with sweat. We will outstretch the hand if you unclench your fist. Change is never easy, but always possible. Hope in the face of difficulty, hope in the face of uncertainty, the audacity of hope in the end. That is God's greatest gift to us, a belief in things not seen, a belief that there are better days ahead. It's only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential. I wonder sometimes whether men and women in fact are capable of learning from history, whether we progress from one stage to the next in an upward course, or whether we just ride the cycles of boom and bust, war and peace, ascent and decline. But you see, a rich country like America can perhaps afford to be stupid.